an ass one.
Right?
This is an ass one.
I told him, can you give me a better one? He goes, there is no better than that.
Well, no, there is, but is it gonna be that?
Well, you have him doing 6 different jobs.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Well, guess what? When I asked him, hey Drew,
No.
let me get an assistant
Listen.
so you don't have 6 different jobs, he got mad.
Listen, listen.
did it come with a pay cut?
Of course.
Listen,
Crazy.
Listen,
It's crazy.
With this
That's crazy.
wheelchair is very accessible. It's light. It's easy to move around. If we got a fucking 200-pound wheelchair, who's putting it in the back of the truck? Not me. Not an assistant. Maybe you, but no,
Okay.
no one else.
First off, I was with me and Adapt lived with somebody who was in a wheelchair.
Right?
Okay.
Exactly.
So I'm familiar. Like I said, this
Yes,
is
but
deja
this is
vu.
way more convenient.
There are multiple of these.
Yep.
Are there ones that go faster?
Yeah, or just even more responsive. Like there's an input delay.
Yeah, there's like a 5-second
Bro,
input
you're
delay.
not a race car driver.
No,
You're
but
just
I'm
driving
gonna
around.
be in that for 3 months. I need a good one.
What is wrong with this one?
Why do you care? You're not the one in it. I'm the one in
Okay,
it.
but
That's what I'm saying. My thing is, you know what? The only
I
constructive.
just don't see what's wrong with it.
Can I just give some constructive
You're not the one
criticism?
in it. It doesn't
That's
matter.
what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like my thing is, you confuse me on the hills that you're like trying to die on or fight for.
Well, it's just
Thank
like,
you.
Like the topic,
we
let me
just
know
drove-
that you're impossible to work.
We
for.
just drove
But-
around Target for an hour, not one complaint about the wheelchair. But as soon as I bring it in here, he starts complaining about
No,
it.
because I told we off stream last
Complains
night.
about everything.
No, I know.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
Off
does.
stream
Yeah, he
last
does.
night, I said, Drew, can we get a better wheelchair? He said, I'm not getting you a better wheelchair. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you get yourself a better wheelchair.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
I said it's going to be hard to. He said no. You want to
He's
know
a
what he
little
said?
sassy. He's a little sassy.
But you want to know what he said? He didn't say because he said I need a faster wheelchair.
Yes.
Go in a straight line. See how fast it is.
Not even faster in terms of like top acceleration.
Why would you need to go any faster than this?
That's not even what fast.
No, this is solid. This is solid.
I meant just like faster as in like just all around. Speed, sure. But also what he's talking about, like it takes a minute to turn around.
It does not take a minute. It takes an extra.
No, there's
But this is my
Alright.
point is
Can I
you
say?
were-
Can I say? Oh, here's the thing. All I'm saying is, fuck. You gotta get a better, or you gotta find a better wheelchair type of thing.
Sure, but I don't want to get this big ass nice one, and then when we go to the airport with it, and they say no, you can't bring this on the plane, and he starts crying about it. I'm like, I told you so.
Well, good. That's why you just gotta read the reviews. And they should have, when you read the product description, it should be able to tell you,
No,
hey.
you wanna know what he
this-
said last night? This dude lied to me. He said they don't allow motorized wheelchairs
Yes.
on a plane.
Oh, the big
Let's-
fucking
let's-
motorized ones that you are not gonna be brought on a plane, bro. When have you seen anyone bring those on? Everyone that gets onto the plane has a regular ass wheelchair.
This is not true.
You
So
literally
you so
see
you
them.
you go to every flight and watch every person that
No,
goes to the
but
I
wheelchair.
just
go on a lot of
Googled it and it
flights.
said, yes, you can bring a motorized wheelchair on a plane.
There we
The
go.
airline must transport it free of charge, and you are usually allowed to use it all the way up to the aircraft door. Gate checking will then be stored in cargo hold.
There you go.
The most critical part of flying with a power chair is the battery, as FFA and TSA regulations are strict about fire safety. Lithium-ion batteries, these are highly regulated. Sealed SLA gel batteries, these are generally allowed to remain attached to the wheelchair. Please arrive at least 3 hours early.
No, they say that about they say
Yeah,
that to
I'm just,
regular people.
I just saying. Here's the thing. I think that you're incredible. I told you this. We have had multiple off-stream conversations where I think that you are. Yep. My hand motion would be better than that. More hands. Yep. Okay. But it's just like dealing with talent. Cause Lacy, like I actually retract saying that he's impossible to work for. It's way more difficult to work for. I don't want to sound sexist, but like I've worked with 2 women that made over 20 million a year on the internet.
I'm not
Do
gonna
you
lie.
know what it feels like when women are criticizing
I'll
them? You get a PMSing, you catch it bad, period era, you know. And I'm not just saying that period ruins everything. It's just everybody's like that. I know men. I'm just saying I know
Yeah,
men that
he
are
gets
bigger
on his period
divas.
too sometimes.
I know men that are bigger divas than women that are big on the internet. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like nobody in core is making anywhere close to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in core is making first round draft pick quarterback money.
How much do they make?
First contract? Well, they're getting a north of 20 million instant deposit
Holy shit, that's insane.
after tax. Or probably I'd say a signing bonus now for a first round quarterback top 15 pick, I'd after taxes, because taxes taking 40% minimum,
Like Lacy.
getting 15 to 20 million.
That's insane. Even if they turn out to be a bust.
You're good. That's guaranteed. The contract is fully guaranteed. So it's like, you know, and you're so young, and you made it off of, you know what I mean? You made it off of like lotto numbers to get to this position. Like you, Lays, Gilly, like you guys have insane. I think Lays is the craziest story, but like you guys have crazy arcs to get here, and then to pick to fight with him over a wheelchair is just it's a waste of your time.
But
It's a waste of your
know
time.
it's a waste of money.
But you're
when
not the
this
best
one
leader
was fine.
either. You're not
I'm
the
a
best
great
leader.
leader. I'm a great leader. I'm a
The
great
self-awareness
leader. I'm a
is
great leader.
non-existent.
Bro, here's the thing: is you see me troll on stream about shit, but off
We
stream.
have
I'm a
more
great
interactions
leader.
off stream.
But I'm a great leader.
And think about who is the leader of this shit. Really, like who? It's Adapt.
Yeah.
Who am I closest with? Who? You know what I'm saying? Adapt. You don't think that I get scouting reports or hear what's going on, or that just
No,
because
of
I'm
course,
not?
of
So I'm
course.
saying you have a solid scouting report.
I have
You know
a
what mean?
scouting report?
You have a solid scouting report as like, you know, a decent, reliable talent. Could you be? But look at how sometimes unreliable and a little bit dysfunctional core can be.
100%.
So that's
But
just
me
that's
as
what I'm
a
saying.
person, I'm
You are the
I'm very sturdy.
It's the same one as you being the better choice of the top 10 fat motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying because the level, just like you were a starter at your high school at Mercyhurst, because you guys were ass.
No. I disagree. Because here's the thing. Anything I've always put my mind to and focused on, I've been one of the best in that.
So
craft.
you're lying to your community every time that you tweet that you're gonna get in shape.
I'm not lying.
But you said that when you put your mind to it, you're locked in. So
I haven't put my mind to it yet.
But you're acting as if you are. You're literally stealing engagement to act as if you are locked
That's
in.
different.
No, you're
Yes,
moving the
it-
goalpost.
No,
You're
it's
moving
not. No, I'm
the
not.
goalpost.
No, I'm not. If I actually put my full effort and mind to working out in my body, I would have a top body in the world.
I think it's easier to like make 150 grand a year than it is. That might sound a little ignorant, but well, whatever. Than it is to get a six pack. It is easier for somebody north of the age of 26, 27 to get 100, let's say 20K. I personally think that it's easier than that.
To get a six pack?
To get a full on six pack, like to be cut up.
Yeah.
Like that's just me. So it's like you're saying that it's really hard to get into great shape. And you've never done it. How old are you? 22, 23?
23. I don't want to.
So you said since you've been a fat little piece of shit since you were
Okay, I didn't say a fat little piece of shit.
since you were 6 years or sixth grade, you said?
Yeah, I'm about sixth grade.
And how old were you in sixth grade? You're 9?
No.
10?
Yeah, 10. You're right, 9, 10.
So 10 to 23, so that's 13 years. So 13 times 365. Okay, for 4,745 consecutive days, you've been a fat piece of shit. 4,700 days in a row consecutively, you have been a fucking fat slob.
What does this have to do with me getting a new wheelchair, bro?
Because you keep on saying, no, it's about, this is my next point. So when you say if I put my mind to it, that if is like Mount Everest to you.
Yeah.
Because you're about to hit 5,000 days of being.
Because I don't have the time to do that.
Okay.
I have to work.
Yeah. Anyway. Now I have a self-assessment question. You can't give Drew. All right, let me ask you first. Be completely realistic.
Okay.
What would you rate yourself as a boss / leader to employees or people you work with? And you only have Drew and Russell. Not only, that's a good. First off,
I have Drew, Russell. I have a whole PR team. I have a manager. I have
day to day
YouTube editors.
who's your manager?
Joe.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an agent.
No, he's my manager.
Okay, tough.
Yeah.
So you have. Is that how many people are you paying a flat rate to? Not eat what they kill.
3 people.
3? Yeah, 3 people.
Your PR people, me, and Russell.
Okay, so
3 people.
So PR is different. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm put that in a separate.
So you're about just Drew and Russell.
So just Drew and Russell. How Don't say anything, Drew.
Okay,
Exercise
I was gonna let him
restraint.
speak.
Pick your
Yeah,
battles.
I was gonna let him speak.
What would you rate yourself personally? Like, what is something that you think you do well? Give yourself a grade
Okay.
as a leader, you know what I mean, who has 2 employees, who's, you know, you are responsible for they rely on you for their income. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
It's a privilege also. What would you rate yourself? Give yourself a letter grade with a minus, or no, a letter grade with a minus on it. Then tell me what you think you do well and what you think you do poorly. And if at any point in time you have to go and do something, we can pick this conversation up later.
A minus.
Oh my God. Okay. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
I'm
Now, what,
serious.
okay, now
A minus, maybe.
Okay.
Honestly, maybe even A plus.
Okay, now I have to, let me open up chat.
I'm an A plus boss, bro.
Hold on, let me get to chat.
Maybe even an A minus. I mean, I'd say I might be an A plus boss. The chat, you can't go off the chat. The chat doesn't know what kind of boss I am
No, I'm
because
just,
they only see what they see on stream, which is
this is true.
majority 99.9% trolls. So the chat has no actual idea what kind of a boss I am.
Yep.
So they
I
can't have an opinion.
I also have had multiple conversations with Drew. I think it's safe to say we've had north of 6 real conversations that are primarily focused on like work, dynamic, culture, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Never negative.
I'm a great boss. A plus. I think I'm an A plus boss.
I'm the only one in here with actual real corporate executive experience. I think working for you and Drew making what he's making is infinitely better than corporate, and he got into it way younger. He also, like, if you're looking at okay, but what's something that you do, what do you do well and what do you do poorly? That's the main part of the question, not you LARPing between grades.
See, the thing is, off the top of my head, I can't think, but if you said
What do you
things-
do well? Okay, you compensate competitively.
Compensate?
You pay your employees a competitive rate. It'd be hard for somebody to come and poach Drew from you strictly based off of financials.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so that's something that you do well. You
Yeah.
come work for Lacy, you're gonna get paid well.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. There's something that you do well. You know,
Very well, yes.
So Drew also does multiple jobs.
Yes.
More than there's not a cameraman here that does more than Drew. Fact. That's a fact.
Not a cameraman, no.
Okay.
But to be fair on that end, I have tried to take stress off of Drew's job. I've tried to hire an assistant. He didn't want me to. He got mad.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is, if I was Drew, the way that it's justifiable for him to get frustrated if some of the stress is from lack of communication or organization. Do you know what I'm saying? So, because then it's like these are things when you guys live so closely.
Okay, that I would say I'm not organized.
Okay, so
But
that's part of the job, though. That's
Yes,
knowing
that's
that
what-
you're
yes,
not going to be
that's what I'm
dealing
trying to
with
say, yes.
a 22-year-old being. If you're saying, hey, would you want them to be super organized and know exactly what's going on and not have dead time or wasted energy or stress and make this amount? Or would you rather make this amount and deal with the stress? I'm going to pick the stress. I'm going to pick the stress. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially if I
Yeah.
was Drew's age.
Yeah.
Maybe now that I'm a little bit older, I find myself not
yeah, but
going
there's
for.
not really a lot of stress though. Like maybe he has to like cancel a flight or
All right,
book a
all right.
flight
How
last
about
minute.
all right? Good example. The other day we played in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Lots of traveling. I think I booked 30 flights. Had to figure like that was like stressful for me in my opinion.
I mean, sure, but that's not.
It's
like,
also the type of it's KYP, know your personnel.
But you and Russell had to book 30 flights.
No,
It's like-
I booked 30 flights.
It wasn't 30.
I'm not. It was all right. It was probably like at least 20.
How?
I'd be shocked if it was 20.
I'd be shocked if it was 22. It was probably around 10.
It was probably like 12 to 16.
Yeah, it's
But I'm just saying though, it's one. Then when I'm an exaggerator. We're from Jersey. We're everybody in our state exaggerates. When you exaggerate, like I booked 30 flights and this is stressful. You give him ammo. Was it stressful? Even booking 12 flights is a nightmare. When we went to Colorado,
But
I
here's the
rebooked me, Gillian, Adapt's flight 4 times a piece. Throughout the whole trip. It is awful and stressful.
But even for something like him having to book 12 flights, I have a what is it called? A travel agent that he could just.
No, but the thing is, I've used a travel agent. He's my friend. He's a very nice guy. Going it through him is way more stressful because I have to text him, yo, this is what I want.
All the info.
Now he texts me, you want this one or this one? Then I send him this one. Now he has to send me the
Playing the
confirmation.
middleman is awful. Awful.
I'd much rather just book it by myself, get it done with.
I hear you.
I just don't get like how is it stressful to book 12 flights? That's not stressful, bro. That's easy.
No,
I gotta see what time the World Cup game is.
No. I'm just saying it's even once again you be picking the things that you pick confuse me a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know. That was just something that came.
But
to my
even
head.
but I'm just saying even when think about this, you lose leverage with your boss and friend, which is a unique dynamic. A lot of people can't do that well. You know what I mean? Like and when you were like, I booked 30 flights, you give him an opportunity to easily counter. It wasn't 30. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm just saying.
More than any person should normally be booking amount of flights.
And but you get paid more than any normal
Yeah,
person.
no,
Exactly.
I wasn't.
So-
I wasn't,
And I have tried to put the opportunity out there to get someone to book the flights, to
Yes,
get somebody
but
to do some of the things that he does.
I wasn't
So it's
complaining
like-
about booking the flights. I was just saying it was stressful trying to make sure everything was
Yeah.
aligned and on schedule.
And then it's also like I don't think that Lacy needs an in-person assistant because you live right next door. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that he needs a remote assistant. You know what I'm
What's that
saying? Huh?
What's that? Remote? Isn't that remote just right here?
No, remote is you don't see them in person.
I thought remote meant it was in the room with you because like when you go to get a remote, it's in your room.
Sure. PA public. Oh, you went to private school too. You guys paid for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad investment. But yeah, I think it's like, what is the most disorganized part of working with Lacy? Is it the day to day? You don't wake up and you don't know what you're doing. 'Cause I feel like he decently.
I play
Like,
pretty decent.
no, it's just the stuff that's so last minute. Like Lacy will text us.
Putting out fires.
Lacy will
That's
text
last
us at 11 a.m. in the morning, me and Russell. What can I do today? And then we send a whole list of things. Doesn't respond.
Did any of
Like-
those things
like-
get done?
That's not like-
listen, we had a whole week. You could have texted on Monday.
But that's not even aimed at you. That's more
But-
Russell, because Russell's my creative director. So I'm more asking Russell, what can I like anything?
Yeah,
any
but
ideas
we
today?
all collectively think of ideas. It's just his job to like do it. Like go get the stuff. Go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's also like.
But there's also, that's also a bad example because there's some days where I don't want to stream with the plan. I just want to go live and do whatever.
That's part of the talent of being a streamer.
Yeah,
The difference
like-
between post-production and live is that a lot of people that do post-production are not talented enough to entertain live.
If I went live every day with a step-by-step plan from Drew and Russell, then I feel like my streams would
Well,
be
I mean,
Well-
even when Adapt and I did stuff creatively, or me and Gilly and Adapt sit and go over stuff, it's, your creative people know to create a structure that gives you the opportunity to riff
Yeah.
and be
Yeah, for
spur
sure.
of the moment type of thing. Like, I don't think that Russell is going to create a whole outline for you and it's time stamped with what you're
No.
doing at specific
Well,
times.
I'm
want
not
that
saying
either.
an outline though, but let's say you text us the night before. Some of the ideas we had we could do because there's time to order the item or.
Yeah, I know, but some days I don't even know if I'm going live the night before.
Bro, let's be real. You go live 90%.
And the way that I've always streamed and the way I've always made my content is more like on the fly. Like go live, figure out what I'm gonna do while I'm live. Like that's just how I've always operated.
Yeah. I also think that it's like when you it's like getting an assistant in LA is like minimum $4,000 type of thing. I'm like that's too much for, you know what I mean? Like it's just a couple, it's just not worth it.
Plus, we have Russell. He's not here today.
Russell's
but like,
great.
But
Russell is great.
For example, today we went to Target. I would have brought Russell with us because he's disabled and can't do anything. So I'm pushing the cart and trying to film him at the same time.
Yeah.
To get out the car.
If I wasn't filming that with Adapt, I would have helped.
I gotta
Sorry.
put the camera down. I gotta grab the fucking cart out of the thing.
Yeah,
You
these
know
are
what
all. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like don't even get me started on like
None of that. I have, mind you, everything that whole rant that you just went on, it evoked zero sympathy out of me.
Well, no, I was.
I'm just saying this is because I have, you know what I mean? Like I just don't know if you ever had a job that you hated.
He's never had a job.
Well,
That's what I mean.
I've only done
Yeah.
social media. So.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
So it's
I've
like,
had a job. I've had a real job.
where?
Panera Bread in Walmart.
No, yeah, that's ass.
I've had real life jobs.
Whoa.
What?
That's not real life, bro.
Yes,
That's
that
Lil
is.
Mickey. That's Lil Mickey job.
No.
Real life
That's
job.
not.
Anyone
That's
can
not.
get one of those.
No. No.
Drew, I don't think you could
But
actually
anyone can get one of those.
I don't think you could actually ever work at a grocery store.
It's like, well, I wouldn't want to, but if I had to, I
I don't
would.
think you could though. I think
That's crazy.
Yes, I could.
Like
That's crazy.
here's the full picture. Here's the full picture in the way I see it, right?
Wait,
he would not have to work in college. His parents would not make him go to work if he was in college.
Okay, so what? I would still have to work eventually.
He's from a.
I know where he lives
he's
in
from a-
Jersey.
he's
That
from a
town is a nice
it's
town.
Swedish Sugar. He lives on a
You
street called
can't. That's not
KDK
your
Lane.
line. That's not your line.
You know what I mean?
That's not your
No,
line.
but no.
I grew up in the
That's not your
trenches.
line.
I grew up in
No,
the trenches.
no.
It's a mercy her.
That's,
I grew up
that's
in
not fair to
trenches.
say because in sophomore year, my mom said if you didn't have $1,000 in your bank account before Christmas, you have to apply for a job. And I got that $1,000, and then I did not have to apply for a job.
Yeah. No,
That's not
one,
fair to say.
I don't think that Drew should be penalized for being resourceful. Two,
I don't think either.
I think that if I was adjusting him like a created character, I would just turn down the complaining like 20%. Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe 40.
I'm just
Maybe
saying.
40.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Specifically about doing things that, you know what I'm saying? There is somebody in Lacy's Thugs Com that would pay for their own flight out here and wrestle you to the point of exhaustion for your job. You know what I mean? Like,
Right to death.
That, I didn't want to say that, you know what I mean? To inspire anybody to come try to hop the gate, but like, yes, you know what I mean? There are people, so it's like the most desired career is content creator. It's not astronaut, it's not NBA player, it's not, so this means that this is the most saturated competitive field.
You know what I think though? I think that argument is true, but the kid that'll come,
Lacy will hate him.
Lacy will hate him.
Yeah.
We probably will all hate them.
Yeah, for sure.
They will only be able to physically and mentally do that for less than a week. I
They'll
promise.
do what?
So you think someone from the chat could only work?
Free and,
I'm not saying
No, not for free.
Not
Take
for,
his
not
pay.
for free.
but take his position, yes, bro.
Bro.
They're not. No one
That
knows.
is- That's a crazy
you're
take.
insane. That's wrong.
Dude,
That's
here's
wrong.
the way I look at it.
I've hired like 6 people in this that are paid half of what he's making,
Bro,
and they
Yeah,
don't.
but they're not doing.
If you think
half of the work
There, some people are doing more. I came in, bro. When I first got to FaZe, Bepsi was doing 6 jobs, making way less than he was making in the Hardscope era. I was there. I'm 6 years. I've been in FaZe or in corporate making.
He's not doing Drew.
I'm just. But what I think that Bepsi had less work than Drew. Right
Wait,
now.
I thought you were saying Bepsi was doing more work than me.
No, Bepsi was doing more work than he is now for way less money.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is there's not, like, Bepsi, I love Bepsi. Bepsi's incredible. Nobody's one of one. Nobody's one of one.
Pepsi's pretty fucking close.
There's.
I hear you. Also, we have to understand that this is in terms of like this, for the people in the back end that work with creators, athletes,
Yeah.
entertainers, for you guys specifically for creators, it's the beginning era of people in the back end. It's not, you know what I'm saying? We're just now getting more creators. So like there's not even like 5 massive girl creators that are, you know what I mean? Like are have the same viewership as men. It's still a very male dominated space.
Here's my full consensus. My full consensus is I think that in this job, right? The job of Drew's job, cameraman, assistant, like sure there's some things that it might be a
It's
little
more than cameraman and assistant.
No, I'm
though.
saying
It's more
cameraman,
than that.
assistant, but what all the titles, the things he does, it's worth it at the end, even if there is a little stress here and there, this hiccup here and there. 'cause
Even if it's a
to
lot of
get-
stress.
to get paid between $10,000-$20,000 a month,
1,000%.
also have the opportunity to travel around the world for free.
100%.
Also be able to live for like 20% of what
He
LA
gets
people
to
pay
skip.
rent.
You're not even talking about him having to skip what I think is kind of like the rat race. And I went to college. You know what I'm saying? Which is accruing debt from taking out loans.
Yeah.
Being in college, socializing, hoping to network to get or your major or whatever. This job
Yeah,
economy
like
is
what I had to do.
awful.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't.
I went to college and
You
I worked
had
2
help.
jobs.
You didn't shop through the job economy though.
Yes, I did.
Neither
Yes, I
did
did.
I didn't either.
Working at Panera and Walmart is like
I worked
that's
a double.
That's
yeah,
not the job.
and you ate a double there too. You know what I mean? You were sure eating those Panera flatbreads. I know you.
No,
did.
I wasn't. I was eating the cinnamon bagels.
Yeah, that's even worse. But those, cinnamon bagels are amazing. But it's like, I think that finding somebody like Drew is very difficult. Because the most difficult thing to find in people that you put on your team is consistency. That's why, when you have somebody specifically.
That's what I meant. Is like,
No,
I don't think
for
you're
sure.
gonna find someone just like this that'll fight Drew. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I-
That's going to be
I
consistent.
guarantee you I could find a kid that would, 2 or 3 kids that could come in here and do that in a week. In 1 week's time,
How long would you think that they would?
But they
to do what Drew does.
but are they
You're fucking high.
are they getting default? Are they getting default skill or there's where?
Yeah, 'cause
what's
they're-
their
no,
skill
to be
level?
fair-
I promise you, there is not a single kid that you can find that can do Drew's job in 2 weeks.
Yes, there is a lot of people who have to learn how to work the camera, how to work the production.
Guys,
That's a big
there
step.
is okay, let me just break this down for you. There are interns working at Division 1 programs that are students that are not getting paid, they're getting credits, that are working with this equipment and more difficult equipment.
I can
that
promise
are,
you though, they can't do it. I've worked with production companies. I've been doing this since 2014. I
I'm
can
talking about, I'm not talking
promise
about
you.
companies. So what I'm saying is grabbing a 18 to 22-year-old who is part of the culture, who consumes this stuff organically. The internet is massive. When I left my
Okay,
old
well, if you think about it, like, oh, every single person on the internet, yeah, sure. But the type of kid,
I'm talking in America. In America, a kid in 1 to 2 weeks can be on a flight who's, I'm just saying, if you cut Drew's, let's just say for numbers purposes, Drew makes 10K, right? I can find somebody within 2 weeks that will do the job
10K?
at about, I'm just saying, let's just say for numbers purposes, that will do. Is there going to be a drop off from Drew? 100%. When Drew first started, this version of Drew is shitting on the version of Drew that started. But I'm saying if Lacy went broke or hit a financial thing and had to slit Drew's throat, do you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to bro. I'm just saying, they had to cut him, get a fire and
they'd
everything.
kill him.
And you had to replace a kid that was 30%. It was going to be a 30% drop off from Drew, but it's also going to be $3 to $4 grand max. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that is possible. Are you guys saying that I'm going to find somebody as talented, as locked in, who knows Drew? No, because that takes time.
Yeah.
Nobody has that. Even somebody who's so parasocial is not going to be able to do it right away.
I don't think there's a soul that you
But
could pluck out of this chat.
I
right
would
now.
never think that it's going to come in and there's going to be no drop off. I would never think that.
Just drive straight, bro.
I think it would take more than plucking out of Lacy Doug's chat than it would be.
That might have been where I reached, is grabbing him from
That
Doug's.
is-
But I see 110K members in there.
No, I deleted it.
Oh, okay.
It's only
I
like
think
it's 15 now.
Oh, sorry.
you're technically right where it's like, oh, there are students that are learning it, but like, there's also a lot of just bots. Like for every one like kid who's actually talented, there's like 10,000 kids who think that they
Yeah,
can.
no.
Just like
people think they could do that.
Drew's job.
There's,
Not
no,
gonna.
no, there's a lot of people that think they can do my job, they can do Drew's job, they can do everyone's job. A lot of people think, but they don't realize how much extra goes into, like, it's not just holding a camera, it's not just making sure cables are plugged in. There's a lot more that's like the little things.
I wouldn't even
Like
say
I don't get paid because my job's hard. I get paid because I can fix problems that other people will take 30 minutes to do. I can fix it in 2 minutes. And when you're dealing with live stuff, like 2 minutes versus 30 minutes is worth thousands of dollars. Like in some cases, it's worth tens of thousands of dollars depending what you're doing.
Yeah, I wonder if there actually is like a good like way to take the skills of just like a massive group of people.
But that's also
Put
a
them
big
to the
reason.
test.
But
I wish there
one
was.
thing about that, and the truth behind that is, that's one reason why FaZe and now Core was and is so successful. And there's some people out there, some groups out there, some streamers who aren't as successful because they don't have the team that we all have. We
No,
have a very hand-selected group of people that know what they're doing and do it better than almost everyone
And
else.
nobody here got here, but like, you know, without putting in the work.
Yeah.
Everybody, like you could, if I had to pick somebody who's like, did this person, what, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, and I said earlier, I think Lace has the craziest story, but he didn't necessarily work towards this specific job. You know what I'm saying?
But another thing
What's
people
funny about that statement is that out of everyone who's known the person like me, Adapt, you, like, Lace has probably known Ron the longest,
Yeah,
which is
probably.
insane to think about.
Yeah,
How
'cause they used to-
long-
He has a founder badge, and
They used to play
that's
Fortnite.
like that's first
like
5
5-6 years ago.
Yeah, no,
Right?
that's insane.
That's insane.
But it's not, I'm just saying it's not, if I was
Well, like,
arguing
I know
it,
what
it's
you're
not
talking about.
intentional.
It wasn't like
It's not
No,
done with
but
a
that's another thing that's not really replaceable when you're talking about getting people in there is when you are streaming, the dynamic between the cameraman and the streamer when there's no one else around, it's almost like they're part of the stream. So that also does matter a lot too.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a lot of people that could take the amount of shit that Drew does.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, like people would break. People would break. Like, listen, if I got talked to the way that Drew gets talked to sometimes, I would be out.
I do want to
That's why
say
Drew
this.
made an alt Twitter named Lucy and defends himself.
No, it's not my alt.
That's why Drew does it.
That is true. That is true.
That is true.
That's why Drew made Lucy.
But I will say though, that was one thing that I was going to bring up is what people don't measure, and it exists in corporate as well, is the social skills. Being likable is actually sometimes more important than being the best at your job. Because like Woj, for example, you never give attitude. You be dealing, right now we just,
Attitude, I'm not gonna lie.
bro,
No, there's different levels of attitude.
Yeah,
maybe it's like, straight white male attitude. You know what I mean? But it's not, I'm just saying like, if my girl's Cuban, she has literally been told by people that have paid her or work with her, fix your face. Because you can see on her face when she don't want to do something. You know what I mean? That doesn't, I've never heard and I do be in, a lot of conversations behind the scenes where I've never heard that talks about, all this back end stuff. I've never, heard complaints about your dynamic with talent. You know what I mean? Which is so important. If a talent does not enjoy being around the person that they have to be around every day, the quality of the stream
Listen, here's
deteriorates.
what I got out of this. Does anybody in chat want to take Drew's job? Yes or no?
How about we swap jobs for a day?
You want to be a streamer for a day.
No.
But no, that's also another thing though. Yeah. That's another thing is
Not
Drew,
wanting- yeah.
No, Drew does have that's one thing too, not wanting to be sure, but Drew has the ability where he does this almost every night now. He'll go live when I end and he'll have 1,000 viewers. That's a big thing to add on to what he does.
That's
in my
massive.
opinion.
That's massive. Yeah.
But
When did you start doing that?
I've been telling him
Hold
to do
on.
that. I've been telling him to do that for like 6 months.
One of the conversations we had when we were fucking eating bagels in the morning was, bro, you need to be making some. Oh my God, I'll be on Gillies.
But I also don't think Drew would ever like want to be a full-time streamer.
No, but it's just a good. My thing is that if Drew is going live 3 to 4 times a week and he's making X amount of bread, I think maybe it's more receptive to, hey, yeah, let's pay $1,500 for this remote assistant to do this and take that out of me, and I'm getting, you know what I mean? Because Lacy has, although he's not paying you directly, he has facilitated, like Adapt has facilitated multiple bags for me, where he didn't pay me directly, but there's different forms of like currency that
But
we have.
I wouldn't want to prioritize me streaming over.
I'm not
my
saying
job.
prioritize. I'm not saying
I
No,
prioritize.
feel
but
like
if you go
that's
live,
prioritizing
if you went live 20 out of 30 days of the month.
Whoa, that's
after-
a lot. That's a lot.
15 out of 30 days of the month after I end, and you have 1,000 viewers for 3 hours. How much money is that on
3
Twitch?
hours is a lot. So I'm just saying he's where you're working. You're adding 3 hours
Like-
onto his shift.
15 days, 4 hours.
I did 5 hours.
I know,
I
but
did
he's still
5
working.
hours the other day with 1,000 average viewers.
You're probably
I
making
run
like
6 minutes of ads.
You're probably making like 6 to 8.
No, I only do 6 minutes of ads. It was like
If you have
it was like-
1,000 viewers and you're streaming,
should be
let's
making
just say
like-
60 hours a month.
Like at least.
No, I'm just saying from that 5-hour stream where I had 1,000 viewers with 6 minutes of ads,
Oh, that.
including
just
everything,
that
including
stream-
everything, I made like $300.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably like 400.
That's good though.
Like 400,
That's
500
really
bucks.
good.
And then I
No,
had-
my DoorDasher has like actual severe autism.
tell him
Whoa.
he needs to use Google Maps and
No, look where he's
No,
at.
it doesn't work. No, the Google Maps is
Look
wrong.
where he's
no,
at.
Apple Maps. is
It's wrong.
It's Apple
though.
Maps.
Apple Maps is wrong,
Google
bro.
Maps is
No, but he's through the first gate.
Huh?
He's just sitting there.
Tell him he needs
He
to go
told
all
me
the way
I
up the hill.
can't get in. Gate won't open. I said you have to put in the code. He said, yeah, I put in code. I said there's a second gate. He said gate won't
Where's
open.
give me
Just take the.
where's the golf? Yeah, give me the golf cart.